welcome back to the KP Testing Lab. Today, we're going to be doing fireworks in a jar. You're going to need some oil, some food coloring, a tablespoon measurement, another cup, and a fork or spoon. So a few facts about water and oil is that they're completely different densities, which means weight. One is heavier than the other. And water and oil do not mix. So this is a really fun experiment to see that in action. Are you ready? All right, we're gonna start with four tablespoons of oil. We're going to put it in this smaller glass. 4 tablespoons going in. Now oil likes to sit on top of water, and that's something that we're going to witness right when we get started here. All right, 4 tablespoons in the cup. Now our food coloring is water-based, and that's a really important part of the experiment. We're going to drop a couple different droplets of the food coloring in. Are you ready? Let's see what it does at first. Oh, it's like beating up. Do you see that? I'll show it to you here in just a minute. Again, we're seeing that water and oil do not mix. So we got our red in. See if the yellow comes through. It's really kind of mesmerizing just to watch it all go into the oil. It kind of reminds me of those tilt and twirl, the water beads and the oil mixture together. It's really calming. I think we've got a couple of those around the lab. Ooh, lots of blue in there. And last up, some green. All right, let's take a look. Do you see the beads? They're all beaded up. This is great to be able to see right through the very bottom. And they're not really mixing, so let's give it a whirl if we can try to get it to mix. I've chosen a fork just to see if we can mix it up just a little bit more. Some are breaking down. I don't know if you see the red. The red seems to be breaking up a little bit more. You see it in there? There's little smaller droplets that are coming off the bigger ones. But when I look at the bottom on the red, it looks like it's completely broken. So let's see what happens. I might want to put in just a couple more drops. Hang on, especially on that red. All right, because we do have a big jar. All right, here we go. We're gonna pour it into the jar, and we're gonna see what happens when our droplets get mixed in with water. Now, like I told you earlier, water and oil do not mix. However, there's water in those water droplets. Let's see if this works. Ready? Let's see what happens. Do you see it coming together? It all mixed in together. I can definitely see it happening in the bottom. Oh, do you see it right there? So some of these water droplets, if you can see on the very bottom, had already started mixing. I see it happening in the very, very bottom. Some of them are very slowly making their way down to the bottom and giving like a little bit of like a stringy appearance on the very bottom. And there's some beads that are just not mixing. However, when I looked at this experiment online and I saw some videos, it looked really neat. It all mixed together and then all of a sudden it started dropping. So it looks like maybe my food coloring might be a little bit older than what I think. Here in the lab, we have lots of chemicals and mix-ins, so it might be that the food coloring is a little bit older, but we'll see. You can definitely see part of it. I'm not sure if you can see on the bottom. That's what it's supposed to be doing here on the top, because the water and the oil do not mix, but the water and water come together, which would be the water droplets in the food coloring as well as the water in the jar. Now it's doing half of what it's supposed to do because it's mixing together the water and the water. However, when we poured it in, did you see that the oil came to the top? There's definitely some oil sitting right on top, because oil and water, again, don't mix. And oil likes to sit on top of water. So we definitely see that part of the experiment. However, with the food coloring, it just didn't show it. So I think I'm going to try this experiment again. I'm going to get some more food coloring here at the lab, and we'll give it another whirl. We'll check you out next time. Thanks for joining us. Hi team, I'm back. I wanted to try something really quick. I wanted to try a smaller jar, and I also wanted to try a more gentle pour, just to see if we're missing out on that. So here we go. We're going to do 4 tablespoons of oil. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's the red that kind of broke up earlier. So maybe the faster I can get this in here and the slower I pour, maybe we'll have success. And then after that, I'll try buying some new food coloring. Woo! Yep, there goes the red. It's already breaking up. So hurry, hurry. Let me see if I can get it. All right. My lab assistant thought that maybe a more gentle pour would help the situation out. So let's check it out. And I'm not going to stir it because I can already see that the red is breaking up. Okay, here we go. We're going to put it gently in. Very gentle. So I can see that without stirring it, I'm already getting that mix. That oil is coming to the top because it was a weird pour if you saw it. And this is what we're supposed to be looking at when we see it starting to mix. Do you see it coming together? All right, I'm going to try it with the other one too, just to see if the different size of jar would help. So there's 1, 2, 3, and 4. My lab assistant seems to be communicating with me, but I'm not sure what he's saying, so I was going to guess what he's saying. I guess he's excited that it's actually happening. We'll go with that. All right, so here we go. We're going to put some color. Oh, I like how the blue are coming. You know what? I'm going to skip red out of this one. Let's just, we're a testing lab. We like to test out things. So let's just skip the red, because I noticed the red is the loosest one that breaks up the fastest. You guys, look how pretty that is. I'm going to skip the blue. How about we just do green and yellow in this one and see what happens? Woo! I put a lot of yellow in there. All right, so this jar has a little bit colder water too. I wanted to experiment with the temperatures. This one is room temperature, but on the warmer side, and this is definitely cold. You can see it kind of a little bit frosting up. So let's see what happens. Again, not mixing the colors, and we're only going to use green and yellow. Here we go. You see it bubbling up. The oil definitely hates that water. All right, immediately you see the oil almost hit the bottom and come rebounding up. Now here it starts. Let's see. Definitely see the green. Oh, there's some more green. The yellow is kind of hard to see. There it comes. Do you see it? It's right there. Ooh, I definitely like the green in the bottle. It's very mesmerizing. Okay, so what did we find out? I think it's a mixture of 2 things. First, more of an aggressive pour that first time. This is definitely looking cloudy again. Some of the colors, like I said, maybe a little bit older, but this is looking great. This is what we wanted. This is definitely a start of what we wanted, but this is definitely what we were aiming for. All of these fireworks kind of exploding in the jar. It's really cool to watch. The yellow, it's interesting that the yellow is taking so long for those water-water molecules to hit together. The green, definitely the water-water mixed together really quick. Woo, look at that one. And here comes that yellow. If you see a little bit on the top, they're still kind of trying to mix together. But the yellow is definitely, ooh, look at that one. Ah, it kind of reminds me. Do you see it a little bit? Do you see the strings coming down? That's as that water starts to mix with the other water that's included in the food coloring. And then if you see on the very, very top, the rim, there's about this much oil. Again, it's not mixing. And like I said, the oil likes to sit right on top of that water. This is very neat to watch. I almost wanted to do like a wider container, not necessarily a jar, and then your fireworks would be right on top. And so many would drop more of a longer container. I definitely think I might have to explore on that. Well, we solved our own problem halfway, right? We figured it out, what happened the first time, and we tried it again. That's what it's all about here at the KP Testing Lab. Failures are fine, and awesome things are amazing too. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.